Good afternoon, Miss Anna. So today I would like to do a presentations about the book I have read the last quarter. So the title of the book that I read is A Tale of Two Cities. So all about the book. The genre of the book is historical fiction, and it has 94 pages, and I already read all of the pages, so I already finished this book. And the author is called Charles Dickens. So Charles Dickens was born in Portsmouth in 1812. Like many of the characters he wrote about, his family were poor and his childhood was difficult. As an adult, he became known around the world for his books. He is remembered as one of the most important writers of his times. So moving on to the book characters. So there is at least 7 characters in this book. There's Dr. Manette, Mr. Jervis Lorry, Lucy Manette, Monsieur Devarge, Charles Darnay, Sidney Carden, and Madame Devarge. So the plot of the story begins with Jervis Lorry, an Englishman traveling to France with Lucy Manette to rescue her father, Dr. Manette, who has been unjustly imprisoned for 18 years. Lucy thought her father was dead. They find Dr. Manette in a poor mental state, only remembering his profession as a shoemaker and his cell number 105 North Tower. After his release, Dr. Manette stays with Devarge, a former servant who now owns a wine shop. Lorry takes Dr. Manette back to England. 5 years later, Lucy and her father testify at the trial of Charles Darnay, accused of being a French spy. Darnay is acquitted thanks to their testimonies and his lawyer, Starrier, and Sidney Carden. Darnay, who falls in love with Lucy, reveals on their wedding day that he is related to the cruel Marquis of Vermont. Disguised by his family actions, Darnay renounced his nobility and moved to London. Sidney Carden also loves Lucy but is rejected. During the French Revolution, Darnay returns to France to help an imprisoned family servant and is arrested. Dr. Manette managed to free him, but he is re-arrested due to accusations by the Devarge based on a letter Dr. Manette wrote in prison condemning the Evermores. Darnay is sentenced to death. The Devarge planned to kill the Manette family, but Carden learns of his arranged that their escape to England. For the dramatic and romantic conclusion, reading the full classic is recommended. So I will tell you what's the conflict of this book. So there's many kind of conflict. There's a social conflict, economic conflict, and else. But what I can summarize all the conflicts. So during the French Revolution, the two social classes, nobles and peasants, clashed with each other because the peasants felt treated unfairly by the nobles. And why did I like this book? Because I like this book because it has pictures and it's thin. The pictures in the book help me visualize the events because I'm not very fond of reading. So the presence of picture makes me more interested in reading. So there's 3 new words I learned from this book. There is guillotine. It's like something that people use to cut someone's head. And then rebelling is someone who refused an ally. And carriage is something like transportation that people use back in old days. So I recommended this book because the story was so clear and there's so many pictures of it. So thank you.